What's up, everybody? I am back, and you are back to Queen Beast. Last we left off, we defeated that freaky tree. That was something. All right, that was nasty. Not gonna lie. But yeah, going back to the game. You don't have to tell me. Switch. Just check here. Hey, you did well for a total amateur. You're credit to peasants everywhere. That was a burn and a compliment. I'll take it. She gives me another punch in the arm. I think I'm beginning to enjoy them. Alright, that's a kink. Maybe something you don't want to gain. I finish cleaning and dressing my wound as best as I can and get gingerly to my feet, grimacing from the pain. It's fortunate that I've gotten used to not putting weight on this leg. I wonder what will become of this place without its mother. From the bottom of my heart, I don't give a crap. If you can walk, let's get out of here. Hey, wait! Don't kill me off so flippantly! We turn back in astonishment at the shattered corpse of the Ew, what am I hearing? Something is wriggling around inside it. The thing is the fresh green of the new shoot, the rosy pink of a day-old babe. A pair of dark, innocent eyes glare out at us. Son of a bitch! It's still alive! Otto, let's finish the job. Switch grabs the hilt of her shattered sword and bears down at the strange creature. But they better stab the thing, man. I'm sorry. I'm calling the dryad or nymph a thing because she is messed up, or maybe she got I don't know. Either way, with a bit of frantic scrabbling, it pulls itself free of the nymph's remains just before the vengeful warrior utterly obliterates them. What the heck is that? It zips around the clearing like a dragonfly as Switch swings her truncated weapon at it. Whatever it is, it or she resembles our friend the nymph, only greatly diminished in every aspect, more akin to a child's doll than the great and terrible queen of the forest. Oh, wait, I'm not spoiling for a fight. Put that knife away. It's not a knife, it's a sword. Let me show you. Shing. I put myself between Switch and the creature before she can fillet it. Oh, hold on a moment there. Switch, I think we've all experienced enough violence today. The pack mule is right. Love and peace. All's well that ends well, I say. Pack mule? Listen, Otto, I wouldn't take that for anything, you know. Would you take that? Pack mule? No. She better get clobbered. If you insist, Otto. If you aren't looking for a fight, then you'd better tell us what you do want. Spill it. It's okay, we'll hear you out. I really have no intention of causing you any more harm, nor do I wish to keep you here any longer. As a matter of fact, I wanted to express my gratitude to you. All those things I'm gonna let go of really had become a curse. I needed to be separated from them before I could see that. Sure. Wow. Listen, I've seen this facade before, you know. Villains like, no, I'm a good guy now. Alright, sure. Is this like the Naruto Boruto thing where Orochimaru is now free to wander throughout the lands? Of course, still being monitored is all. I may have lost everything, but I feel much better for it. I feel like I've been set free. Do you really mean that? This isn't another trick? It's a trick. Do you honestly think it would tell us if it was? I really mean it. Both my body and soul feel so light. She's like buzzing everywhere. I don't like this. So we are recording as well. I'm just checking. Yeah, my voice is there. Good. She flies around us, laughing merrily, and indeed, I find myself unable to suppress a smile myself as I watch her. Switch is as merciful. Switch is as merciless as always. Switch is as merciless as always, however, and snatches the little creature out of the air as if she were a pesky mosquito. Ah, what are you doing? If you're truly grateful, then you'll be willing to reparate our losses, of course. Don't worry, you'll sell for a tidy profit in the capital. Let her go. We have plenty of gold already. Switch gives me a doubtful look, but then shakes the nymph free of her grasp as though she were something dirty. Huh, you're lucky Otto is such a forgiving sort. The nymph ignores her and flies up close to my face. You really are kind. You must be the kindest human I've ever met. Please don't put that kind of pressure on me. Hey, how about letting me come with you? Huh? Come? You want us to sell you in the capital after all. Great idea. No! This forest is the last place I want to be right now. We need to spend some time apart. Oh, leave us out of your divorce. What good are you to us, eh? Yeah, what can she do, huh? I can do more than just swing a sword around, that's for sure. Let's put that to the test, shall we? Bring it on, you barbarian! I'm ready for you now. The two begin to square off, the powerless goddess and the swordsman without a sword. Oh, Winnie, where are you now? You're the one who's good at dealing with squabbling children. Are we gonna get a glimpse of where Winnie is? Oh, no. We're continuing on our adventure. Taking the nymph's advice, we follow the clear stream that runs from her spring. Before too long, we emerge on the other side of the forest. The sun is falling below the high mountains to our backs, and the landscape stretching out before us is gradually darkening under a sky of breathtaking rose gold. Reflecting the fiery light is a broad, meandering ribbon of water. It must be the Dash, Byron's largest river. Switch stretches her arms above her head and arcs her back. I try to ignore the way the cloak rides up the length of her thighs. So nice to be rid of that foul, dreary forest. You and me, Switch. Not gonna lie, I hated that forest as well. Was that supposed to be a jab at me? I'm sorry, but I can only echo those sentiments. The nymph scoffs at Switch's barely veiled insult, but when she turns to look back at the forest, her expression is soft and wistful. Until we meet again, farewell. I feel like I'm staring at something I shouldn't again, so I turn away and vigorously pace about on the grassy bank. So this is the land beyond the forest, huh? I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes. There's much more besides this, Otto. But before all that, let's find something to wear. I spy a village yonder. Let's take a look, yes? Would she be wearing normal clothes? Hallelujah. We draw closer. We draw closer to what we had assumed to be a peacefully sleeping riverside village. But closer inspection reveals it to be a largely burnt out ruin with very few houses intact. It's deserted. That just means we don't have to pay for anything. Switch makes a beeline to the most intact of the remaining houses, looking clad in her cloak and surrounded by desolation, like some lovely grim reaper. This is actually not a bad house. She pushes gently against the charred door of the house, and it swings open without resistance. Once inside, she wastes no time in locating a chest of drawers and rummaging through it without restraint. Let's see. Clothes. I hesitate in the doorway, feeling deeply uncomfortable. This is what human society considers looting, is it not? These adventurers seem to have their own laws. Stop making snide remarks and start looking around. The looter glares at us over her shoulder, eyes glimmering greedily in the darkness. A dark gray shape shifts in the deep shadows at the far end of the room. Can I help you find something? Ah! That's quite an adventure you had. It sounds as though you were lucky to escape. She's a witch. I'm not spoiling anything. It's just the vibe I'm getting here. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just judgmental. A prejudice in my mind, as it seems so. After extricating ourselves from the awkward situation created by Switch's poor judgment, we find ourselves sitting around a supper table with the owner of the house we just tried to rob. Oh, hallelujah, she has normal clothes. She's a fully clothed person. The old lady who introduced herself simply as Granny was nice enough to supply Switch with modest attire that, in my opinion at least, suits her much better than that gaudy armor. Did you just say something, Otto? No, nope. Anyway, escape makes it sound like we ran away. I think it was our victory. Well, you're the local here, so you can be the judge. Doesn't the forest feel different now? Now that you mention it. And this charming little fairy is a nymph of the forest? I don't know about charming. She did try to kill us last episode, but... Oh, it's wonderful to meet you, little nymph. My grandmother used to tell me stories about you. Do you have a name? A name? I've had many in my long existence, but I recall none of them now. That's quite alright, dear. As a matter of fact, I don't remember mine either. Ho 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 ho! Granny lets loose with a howl of the terrifying laughter that only the elderly seem to have mastered. I spot Switch mouthing something like old lady at the nymph who bristles in response. Perhaps I ought to address this matter after all. The nymph flies up close to my face again and I swallow a too large chunk of potato. Otto, you're going to take responsibility for killing me by coming up with a name. A name, huh? Ah, Evil Witch of the Forest. No, I'm just kidding, that's a title. What are you, a pet? Also, I want at least half the credit for killing you. I'm asking Otto. Oh, sorry. How about Echo? Echo? I can only echo those sentiments. Echo, it has a rather nymph-like ring to it, doesn't it? Echo. It's good. I like it. Here, Echo, have a chestnut. Damn, already nothing giving her nuts, huh? Thank you, it's so delicious. You must be the kindest human I've ever met. Wow, look at that. Already using the charming words. After we've finished eating, Echo curls up in front of the hearth like a cat. Like a cat and falls asleep, and Switch goes outside for some post-meal exercise. Personally, I'm more inclined to make like Echo, but somehow I end up in a game of chess against our hosts. Granny, can I ask why this village is in such a bad state? My own village was stuck on the wrong side of that forest, but it's doing a lot better if you don't mind me saying. Being so isolated is probably what protected you. During the war last year, the lord of these lands sided with King Darius. He wasn't motivated by anything like loyalty. Mind you, he was just a selfish, short-sighted man. He couldn't feel the way the wind was blowing. His only concern was protecting his own interests, and we're the ones who suffered as a result. Wow, what a real king, huh? It's a funny thing. Your village was originally founded by those who wanted to free themselves from the yoke of the lord of that era. If you've lived a good life until now, then that just goes to show the wisdom of their decision. And now the curse on the forest has been broken to boot. We really were fortunate. It's a good thing, Don't make that guilty face. We're the ones who were foolish enough to bet on a lame horse, that's all there is to it. Maybe. Do you know how much about this beast? Probably not much more than you. You've seen the state this village is in. You've been left behind. I've heard from the occasional traveler that she's a charismatic warlord from the far north. Some are even saying she's a foreigner from the steppes. Whoever she is, she must have whipped up the resentment toward Darius that had accumulated in those isolated northern settlements. I wonder if she made good on whatever it was he promised them. Or she promised them, sorry. Have you heard of her having any particular interests? Such as a fondness for beautiful, well-endowed women. Oh my, I might be in danger. Good one, Granny. My game with Granny eventually concludes in a stalemate. Feeling rather unsatisfied, I decide to step outside to get some fresh air, see what Switch is up to. I find her engaged in some kind of training routine with a broken sword. The blade makes dazzlingly swift movements that, framed against the river and catching the moonlight, look like jumping fish. You don't think you've had enough exercise today? At the sound of my hail, she glances briefly towards me, but that doesn't stop. Sorry, but doesn't stop moving. My reaction was slow back there in the forest. That's why I got caught. That sounds surprisingly humble for the great Switch the Unscathed. Did you come here to just to laugh at me? You can be rather cruel. I was trying to cheer you up. Weird way to cheer someone up. Huh. Your concern is unnecessary. Her slashing seems to gradually lose energy before halting entirely. She turns towards me and holds out her arms as though supplicants to some god. I'm okay, as you can see, I'm still unscathed. Even the best adventurers screw up occasionally. And they don't always have the good fortune to escape with life and limb intact either. Really, only a small percentage of us got to retire. Those who know the high price of true freedom yet still seek it. This remark causes a wry, possibly even self-depreciating smile to cross Switch's features. We all know that line. I've always thought it was a terribly romantic way of putting it. Sorry. I've been thinking this for a while, but you're rather erudite for a peasant. Eh? Really? You think so? Why are you so delighted about that? Creepy. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've heard that from someone other than my sister. I may have overreacted a bit. A bit. My sister was the one who taught me how to read and write. She is a teacher. When the future education of the children of the valley rests on our shoulders, Switch. I like that more than preventing a diplomatic incident. Do you really think this business could start a war? You can only say that because you've never experienced it. Wars can happen very easily. One person in the right place at the right time is sometimes all that's needed. Wouldn't that be the wrong place at the wrong time? Obviously, since we're trying to prevent a diplomatic incident, yep. Yes, it really wouldn't do. My home country is more or less peaceful at the moment, but when I was a child it was much more... Well, violence would start over just about anything. Meaningless violence. Switch stares to the ground or something she can see there. Her shoulders look incredibly small and delicate all of a sudden. Are you an orphan? That was a good guess. Do I really look so forlorn? I shrug. I'm the same way. It was a plague in my case. That was 15 years ago when I was 3. I can't even remember their faces now. After that, everybody in the village looked out for me, but they also worked me to the bone. My brother was my only real family until Winnie arrived. Brother brought her home one day. That was 10 years ago, and right after that he left as well. I can only hope he's still alive. What's her brother's name? Oswald. Oswald? Switch! What's come over you? Otto, I'm pretty sure that brother of yours was a member of the Adventurers Guild. Eh? What is she saying? It was a rather well-known chap by that name who dropped off the map around 9 or 10 years ago. Honest Oswald, they called him, a forthright young man whose prowess and integrity were exceeded only by his exceptionally poor fortune. Yup, that sounds like my brother. Not long after he left Winnie with me, brother dropped off the map. What does that mean? Are you okay? You're looking a little pale. I'm stunned. Just what has that idiot been doing? I wish I could tell you more, but it was before my time. But the fact that I've heard of him and heard only good things suggests to me that he's someone you can be proud of. Thanks, Switch. I'm getting cold now that I've stopped moving my body. I think I'm gonna head inside and hit the hay. I'll stay out here a bit longer. I just know I'm going to have some horrible nightmares tonight. Dark forest and slimy tentacles. Oh my goodness, that's traumatizing, man. What? Very traumatizing. Even I would. Ugh. After spending all the daylight hours in bed in the deep sulk that followed in the wake of shock and dismay, Lapsing in and out of bouts of fitful half-sleep, I can no longer lie still. It won't do to show my captors any more weaknesses. I pull myself out of the nest I made in the luxurious bedding and squint in the semi-darkness at my new clothes. They certainly aren't much, but they're all I've got for now. How exactly am I supposed to wear these? After some difficulty getting dressed, I emerged from my quarters into a round, windowless room decked out in a similarly ostentatious fashion. Lounging around on pillows or plucking idly at exotic-looking musical instruments are a number of young women dressed similar to myself. That is to say, hardly dressed at all. Around the circumference of the room are a number of stony-faced foreign warriors standing guard. I remember once reading in a book a description of a Casparian prince's harem. The master of this place may be drawing from a similar source. The master, if he is who I assume he is, doesn't fit with the image I had of him at all. But then, I've certainly been given cause to doubt how well I knew that man in the first place. A hesitant voice draws my attention. Wow, they are hardly clothes. From behind a pillar comes a nervous-looking girl close in age to myself. She appears to have been in the middle of cleaning. You're the new arrival? We'll see about that. Oh, I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? You must be resistant to the idea, I'm sure. It really can't be helped, though. Tears begin to well up and spill out of the girl's already watery eyes. There, don't cry. I'm not upset. Sorry. You're not? I'm not, see? Please, I just want to know, what is this place? Well, this is her beastliness's harem. It really is a harem. I'm astonished. More than that, however, her beastliness? That's what she likes to be called. The beast does. The beast. It seems I was mistaken about my kidnapper's identity. Aside from the view from the balcony, everything here is unfamiliar. It's as though I've traveled through time. There must be points of reference, but where? Oh, here she comes now. What does she look like? There comes the sound of booted feet descending the stairs before the curtains of the principal archway are impetuously thrust aside. Oh, okay, not bad. Definitely a tomboy. A tall, dashing, rather androgynous, the right pronunciation of the word, noble woman in dark clothing strides into the room like an actor making their entrance on a stage. Girls, what a day! Catch me if I can no longer bear to stand. I hate her already, damn. With a flamboyant swish of her cloak, she turns her back on the assembly of women, and gives herself over to their outstretched arms. Like a host of angels, they expertly arrest her fall. They transport the swooning cat over to a large pillow and gently set her down. Phew! You'd think that if you were the top dogs around here, that life would be easy, right? There should be nobody who can tell you what to do. But the way that steward bangs on, you think he was in charge. If I hear him say this is a matter that requires our full consideration in that whiny voice one more time, I'll cut his wrinkly old head off and kick it out the nearest window. Just listening to that interminable lecture has made me thirsty. I need a drink. Let's do that, mouth to mouth style. Whoa. Sorry, didn't read that. A truly refined way to drink and so sensuous that will bring me back to life. Or better yet, cleavage cup, the height of decadence. What's wrong, Araby? I'm begging you, your business. I'm still trying to clean the carpets. I got stained the last time you drank like that. Well, drinking out of a silver goblet isn't bad either. It has a certain dignity to it. Yes, that will do. One of the concubines fills a goblet with wine and hands it to the noble woman who is evidently the beast the girl called Araby spoke of. She downs the rich and red liquid in a decidedly undignified manner, giving a coarse sigh of satisfaction and wipes her mouth with her sleeve. Damn, it's only after this strange performance that she finally glances over at me, acting as if she's only just realized that I'm here. Welcome, Brown Wind of Mistral Valley. Welcome to our little family. Please forgive my rudeness in not getting to my feet. I'm quite dead. Won't you come a bit closer that I might better see your lovely face? I'm fine here, thank you. Very well, there's no need to rush things. We have all the time in the world to narrow the distance between us. I hate her already, man. Otto, save her sister, man. The beast interlocks her fingers and rests them on her chest, regarding me with a smug half-smile. I'll thank you to speak for herself. I, for my part, have no intention of getting to know you. Now, may I leave or am I a prisoner here? She frowns slightly at the word prisoner, but the smile returns to her face as quickly as it left. Obviously, you can't just leave, but you're no prisoner. You're family. That's semantics. It's nothing of the sort. Your family won't lock you up, but you can hardly abandon them, can you? Alright. She's crazy. Indeed, you're stuck with them until someone is good enough to kidnap you. My sarcastic comment seems only to stroke her good cheer. That's how it is, my lovely. I'll keep you safe and comfortable here and provide you with whatever you desire. I open my mouth to make a suggestion. Within reason, of course. You, in turn, will comfort me when I weary of the burdens of leading the pack and must set them down and rest. I'm mad, man. I hate this character. But whatever the reason, maybe she has a deeper reason, a backstory. I don't know. That's a much better deal than eking out a squalid subsistence in some cursed backwater. That so-called freedom is the real prison, you'll soon understand. Well, you could possibly refuse such an offer. I can see why you didn't deem it necessary to ask for my consent. Why me, though? Well, now. The bee seems suddenly possessed of some inner reservoir of energy. She rises from the pillow and gets back to her feet. That's because the concubines shuffle discreetly away from her. They seem to know something is coming. I love cute, beautiful girls with big boobies. Queen bees. May I leave or am I a prisoner here? Chapter 3, The First Sword, the First River in the Capital City. I guess I'm gonna end of this video right here, everybody. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe, like, comment, share to friends and loved ones, and I'll be seeing you in the next part of Queen Bees. Bye! Or no, next episode to be exact. Stay safe, good luck, and have a wonderful day. Bye!